order to do a hydro dip, you are going to need a few things. You will need a 5-gallon bucket filled with enough water so you can completely submerge your cup. I like to use warm water, that just works the best for me. You will need your paints. I use Marabu Easy Marble paints. You could also just use regular spray paint. You will obviously need your cup that you're going to dip. You will need a stick of some kind to swirl your paints around. I use a skewer, and you will need paper towels to dry your cup off after you dip it. Hydro dipping is one of the easiest techniques there is to do. You really just want to make sure that the surface of your water is clean, that you have no fuzzies or dirt in your water. And then you just dump your paint in or spray your paint on the surface of the water if you're using regular spray paint. You need to make sure you have enough paint on your water to cover your entire cup. So I always just go a little bit heavy with the paint. I'd rather be safe than sorry, not have enough paint. That would suck. You would have to start all over again. So I always just put plenty of paint in there. After you have your paint in, you can start swirling your paint around with your wooden skewer or your popsicle stick to get the swirls that you see in a hydro dip. A good rule of thumb to go by is the pattern that is on your water or in your water is the pattern that will be on your cup. So if you don't like what you see in your water, you're not going to like it on your cup. So I'll just swirl it around until I like what I see, and then when you go to dip your cup, you're going to want to dip slow, and as you're dipping, you need to twist your cup. Before you pull your cup back up, give it a swirl, break up all of that excess paint on top of the water. You do this in order to not technically hydro dip your cup a second time when you pull your cup back out. So just break up all that paint on the surface of the water before you pull your cup back out of the water. After you're done with that, you can go right ahead into drying with your paper towels. The paint dries fairly quick, so you don't have to wait any amount of time. You pretty much want to start drying it off immediately, that way you don't get any water spots in your design. I use a paper towel. I just softly rub it up against my cup just to get the water off. I am still careful to not press too hard though, because there could still be some tacky spots on the cup, and then that would just ruin your design. So just softly take your paper towel and dab your cup, wipe your cup softly, get all the water off of there, that way you don't get any water spots in your design. Once that is done and my cup is nice and dry, I will remove my tape from the top. The only cups that I tape are cups that have threads, and this is a baby bottle, so it does have threads. This is just another look at what my hydro dip looks like before I do anything to it. This was right after I dipped it and dried it off. After you dip your cup and everything is dry, you will need to seal your hydro dip. The Marabu Easy Marble that I use is oil based, and that does not mix with epoxy, which is why you need to seal it. If you don't seal it enough or you don't seal it at all, you will get fish eyes like crazy. So just go ahead and seal it. I use the sealer that the Marabu company sells. You could also use Mod Podge. You could use a clear spray sealer like the Rust-Oleum 2x or the Krylon triple thick. You just need it sealed really good. I use this sealer from Marabu, and I seal my cup 4 times. I know it seems excessive and unnecessary to do it 4 times, but I would rather seal my cup 4 times than have to sand my cup because of a bunch of fish eyes or what have you. So I just seal it a bunch. Once again, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Once you are 100% positive that your sealer is completely dry, you are ready to add a layer of epoxy. After that first layer of epoxy is done, you should be able to add your decals. And here is what my cup looks like right after I added the decals. Once your decals are applied and all smoothed out and 100% ready to go, you can apply your final coat of epoxy. I usually do 2 coats of epoxy over top of all of my decals. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and like this video.